No, this should be crazy.
I hate this park. I really do. I hate it here. Anyone thinks that I enjoy coming here, I don't.
Bodies, that's a lot of bodies.
City police investigating a homicide. This
Well,
one in
not a lot,
Southwest
but-
Baltimore. Chopper 13 over Lincoln Park, where a man
It was
was
a
found
dumping
dead
site.
this morning. His body was
Yeah, it
found
was
in
a
the
dumping site where
4900
he was
block
dumping
of
bodies.
Franklintown Road.
Police say a passerby found her remains 2 days ago in Lincoln Park. Police are investigating this case as a homicide.
A body missing its head,
Let me
its
say that in a
hands,
different way.
its
Hold on.
feet.
Baltimore pastor pleads guilty to conspiring to kill a blind, mentally disabled man for life insurance money.
Police found the body of Lemuel Manz in a Lincoln Park restroom.
They was
He had
dumping
been shot
bodies all
multiple
the time.
times. Police recovered 9 shell casings.
Crews responded to the fire not far from Lincoln Park just before 3 o'clock this morning.
Police say they came to this dark, very heavily wooded area. That's when they found the body down an embankment.
Police are investigating the assault, abduction, and murder of a 39-year-old man. The witness also saw other men force the victim at gunpoint into the rear of a vehicle. The car quickly left the scene.
All right, this is Fairmount Park, which is actually a really nice neighborhood.
This
There's some
crazy place
beautiful
was
houses.
right there behind
So it's
us.
like a middle-class neighborhood. There's some really big houses up there, but this has been a popular dump spot for years. And it also, when you get down here to the end where Winterbourne is one of the last sort of private areas in the park that you can drive through where you could, you know, dump a body out of a car and not be seen. Up, Winterbourne up here, there was a serial killer. He killed 2 women. They think he killed 5. He came here to dump one of his victims up the road here, and this is in a, you know, residential street. It was really early in the morning. He threw this woman down the hill. He took her out of the car and threw her down the hill.
Damn.
When she was playing dead, she listened for the car to go off, to leave, and she came up the hill and he had cut off both of her ears. She was barely alive, but she survived, and she was the one who was able to identify him to the police. I don't remember his name, but it was right up here in the curve where where she came out of the woods. And one of the people who live here, you know, they saw her in the street naked and called the police. Here is Winterbourne, where things go dark. This is the last house on the block here. And then you have this, which is just like a horror movie. People dump stuff all along this road, trash. In 2007, I believe, there was a African man. He was found laying in the road on this
Yeah, I
road.
heard about that. I
I
heard about
believe
that.
he'd been shot a bunch of times. The man who dumped the woman up here, who cut her ears off, he dumped his other victim on this stretch of road here as well. The one thing about this road is, like, when you drive through, there's a bag.
There's a bag.
Pull your window down.
You don't know what's in that bag. You better go over there and fuck with that bag.
Oh, I do, yeah.
That's what's wrong with white people. If you had fuck with that bag, you wouldn't tuck that shit off.
A cat or a small one. But it's the same. That bag is the same bag that we always see when we come down here. Somebody, and for years now, has been dumping animals down here. And the only thing I can think of is that maybe the vet, maybe somebody who works at a vet who's supposed to take the animals to a cremation place. But I can't fathom cutting out a bag, but that's what's in that bag. It's either a cat or a small dog. animal. It's an animal. Yeah, it's definitely.
No, for sure.
I'm not a man.
Yeah, no.
I did not.
This is definitely like the creepiest street so far.
It's the last one in the park.
What's the street back there?
That you can still drive down.
That's
All the
almost
rest
like the
of
middle of nowhere while being somewhere.
you know, closed off.
And why'd they close them off?
Because they don't want people dumping garbage and bodies.
There's a ton of trash you can just see too.
You think of how many people are coming down here with the city in ruins, dumping trash. I mean, back then they'd only pick up your trash once a week or twice a month. There was no money. And then the city was overrun with rats, and people would bring their trash and dump it back here. So what you've got is what, years and years of garbage just underneath. You can dig anywhere and you'll find bottles and probably this here and here.
Oh yeah, the ambient.
Definitely there are human bodies buried here.
It's
Like without a doubt, there are bodies, maybe not recently, but I think there's a lot of skeletal remains all along this road, in the woods here and the woods over here. The bodies that are dumped here, they don't dig. Back in the day, they dug. And back in the day, 11 o'clock at night, everybody was sleeping. So you see we've been here for, what, 10 minutes? There's no cars. So if you had an accomplice, you just take the body in the woods. You could have a hole already ready. But if you buried someone in the woods here, they wouldn't be found.
He's thinking like a killer himself.
Animal walking back there.
Bruce said if you had a body there, you would not be found.
You're worried that you're gonna find a live body here? Or not? You know,
Live body.
a fresh body?
Yeah, I worry about it whenever I'm going in these woods. I mean, it's just on your mind because, you know, how much they find here. It's like, it's unreal. This is right down here, where this guardrail is, where I found the skeletal remains of his. That was fun. That was really, like, dumb. Because I was not expecting to play around with skeletal remains, but I mean, there's police tape there. There's no way that the police could have left these pieces of skull and teeth and jaw and everything else there. I was wrong. You know, it's like, it kind of hit me when the medical examiner showed up. You know, they laid out this, essentially it was a small body bag. And they put the bones inside the body bag, put it on a stretcher, and I'm like, man, this is like the real deal. Like, this is, and I wasn't thinking like, oh God, this is great for my documentary. I mean, that's not what I was thinking at all. I just got this overwhelming feeling of sadness because, you know, they told me he had a laptop and a skateboard. So obviously he was young, you know. Yeah, he took a shotgun down there and blew his head off. It's like, I can't imagine if I were doing it here. I can't think of a more horrid place. If I had known that the bones were human, I would have never touched them. I just thought, well, the police, there's no way the police would leave these here. So I said, I'm just going to pick them up because I was like, they look human, but the police can leave these here. Then we get up to the road, lay it out, and everyone's like, oh my god. And we realized, you know, it's so crazy because there was a police helicopter flying over us, and one of the girls who was with us that day, she's like, there's a police officer walking up the road. And I was like, you're kidding. I couldn't believe it's in the documentary. He was there. He had been called down to that area for a foul smell, which, you know, in Lincoln Park, they take those calls seriously because it could be a human being. There has been a significant number of in the park. I don't know why that is. I mean, maybe it's a tranquil place to come, but...
Why do you think Lincoln Park has become such a mag for murders and body dumping?
Lincoln Park is surrounded by bad neighborhoods. Some of the worst neighborhoods in the city. It's an easy place to come and, you know, do the devil's work because there's nobody out here. So if you got to dump a body and you don't want it to be found, this is where you come. I think we underestimate how many bodies are in this park. You know, this park was here during Baltimore had
Yeah, I'd have been there too for real, but
mobsters.
the history on it is crazy. One day while in the park, you ain't just gonna find no killers here. When the park is with the killers tonight.
You know, you think of all that time, people who disappear and stuff. They could very well be buried in the woods. But I think the numbers, you know, there's the website, and they have a map of the park and where murders have happened. But, and it says, well, there's been 80 bodies. I think it's more like 180 or 280. I think it's a lot higher that there's a lot of unsolved murders buried in these woods. And it would just be foolish to think anything.
We're gonna wrap this episode up, but that's crazy. Over 80 bodies in the woods, that's wild.